level. The bill further seeks to establish county disaster risk management committees in each of the counties, as the role of disaster risk management is a shared function between the national and county governments under the 4th schedule to the Constitution. To this end, the bill proposes to bring together the staff of the National Disaster Operations Center, the National Disaster Risk Management Unit, to undertake national disaster risk management. The main premise of this bill is to approach disaster risk management in a manner that seeks first to respond effectively and in a timely manner to any disaster or risk of disaster, and to prevent the adverse effects of a disaster, recover as far as may be possible the livelihoods of communities affected by the disaster. If you're just joining us, the business of the National Assembly will be beginning shortly, and as we wait for the members to walk into the chambers and take their seats, we are continuing to take a look at the order of business this afternoon. Another bill that will be read for the second time this afternoon is the National Government Administration Laws Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 73 of 2023. Thereafter, the Chairperson, Public Investments Committee on Commercial Affairs and Energy will move a motion on the report of the Auditor General on financial statements of selected state corporations. The Chairperson, Decentralized Funds Accounts Committee will also move a motion on the reports of the Auditor General on the National Government Constituency Development Fund for 5 constituencies in Vihiga County, that this House adopts the report of the Decentralized Funds Accounts Committee on its consideration of the financial statements for the National Government Constituencies Development Fund for 5 constituencies in Vihiga County for the financial years 2013 to 2014, 2014 to 2015, 2015 to 2016. These reports were laid on the table of the House on Wednesday, 14th February 2024. And in the order paper this afternoon are statements on the legislative proposals to amend the Constitution, understanding Order 114, subsection 7A, that pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 114, subsection 7A, it is notified that today, Tuesday, the 12th of March 2024, the Speaker will accord an opportunity to members to make general comments on the following legislative proposals to amend the Constitution. 1, a legislative proposal by the member for Mandera North, Honorable Major Retired Bashir Sheikh, to amend Article 88 of the Constitution to provide that when the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission is not constituted, the Secretary of the Commission can perform the functions of the Commission that are limited to conducting by-elections under Article 101, subsection 4B of the Constitution. And 2, a legislative proposal by the member of Thika Town, Honorable Alice Nganga, to amend Article 89 of the Constitution to protect 27 constituencies that were protected for the first delimitation of electoral units in spite of not meeting the population quota requirements, and which constituencies risk being merged with others when the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission conducts the second review that is due. That is a proposed amendment to the Constitution by the Member of Parliament for Thika Town, which is contained in the order of business this afternoon. The memorandum of objectives and reasons for this proposed amendment to the Constitution by Honorable Alice Nganga, that the principal object of this bill is to amend the Article 89 of the Constitution to protect 27 constituencies. The said constituencies are Voi, Wundanyi, Mwatate, Galole, Bura, Isiolo South, Samburu East, Laisamis, North Hor, Saku, Kilome, Mukureni, Mbere North, Mathioya, Ndaragwa, Budalangi, Vihiga, Othaya, Mathioya, Kangema, Marakwet East, Keio North, Tetu, Mogosho, Lamu East, Lamu West, and Mvita. The Member of Parliament for Thika Town argues that the Constitution only safeguarded the 27 constituencies from the initial review, which took place in March 2012. With the second review due in 2024, 12 years after the first, it is crucial to ensure that the constituencies are not merged with others. The Constitution stipulates that the Independent Election Boundaries Commission should conduct a review after 8 years, but not more than 12 years. This amendment, according to the Honourable Member, ensures that these constituencies are protected for a minimum of 8 and a maximum of 12 years, allowing them to gradually grow their population to meet the threshold. These constituencies, according to the member, hold significant cultural and development value for their inhabitants. If you're just joining us, the business of the National Assembly is about to begin. There is some activity at the door. The Sergeant at Arms has taken her position, and shortly you will be able to see the maze there on your screen, followed by the Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable Gladys Bose, who is going to oversee the business of the National Assembly this afternoon. The members are up and standing in accordance with the standing orders of the National Assembly. Let me now hand you over for this live broadcast. My name is Edward Kabasa. Enjoy your viewing.
Appointed the officers of leaders and parliaments for the welfare of society and the just government of the people. We beseech you to behold with your abundant favor as your servants whom you have been pleased to call to the performance of important trusts in this republic. Let your blessings descend upon us here assembled, and grant that we treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just and faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our country and of those whose interests you have committed to our charge. Amen. Honorable members, who may proceed. First order.
Order number 1, administration of oath. Order number 2, communication from the chair. Order number 3, messages. Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers.
Majority Leader.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of the House today, Tuesday, March 12, 2024. Reports of the Auditor General Financial Statements for the year ended 30th June 2023 and the certificates therein in respect of 1. Rivertex East Africa Limited, 2. Karugu Agricultural Training Center, 3. Mount Elgon Lodge Limited, 4. Cooperative Societies in Liquidation Account, 5. Numerical Machining Complex Limited, 6. Kenya Development Corporation, 7. Youth Enterprise Development Fund, 7. 8. Tana Water Works Development Agency, 9. Kenya Maritime Authority Staff Mortgage and Car Loan Scheme, 10. East Africa Trade and Transport Facilitation Project IDA Credit Number 4148KE, 11. Northern Corridor Transport Improvement Project IDA Credit Number 3930KE and 4571KE. 12. Mombasa Nairobi Addis Ababa Road Corridor Project Phase 3, Turbi Moyale number PZ1 DBO 095, land number 21001500255546. 13. Kenol Sagana Marua Highway Improvement Project PKE DBO-03737, credit number 5050 2000 0000901 and 2000 2004504. 14. Kenya Institutional Strengthening Project Phase 3, project number KNE CEV/86/INS/64. And 15. Twake Multipurpose Development Program Phase 1, AFDB loan number 21001500299993200020003351 AGTF number 5050 2000005001 and AFDB grant number 2100155025 Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay. Thank you.
Okay, next, the chairperson of the Committee on Regional Integration.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the House today, 12 March 2024. The report of the Committee on Regional Integration on its participation in the 10th African Grain Trade Summit held in Uganda from 5th to 7th October 2023. I beg to lay.
Thank you. The Honorable Chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of the House today, Tuesday, 12th March 2024. Firstly, addendum to the report of the Departmental Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs on its consideration of the National Government Administration Laws Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 73 of 2023, tabled on 21st February 2024. Secondly, report of the Departmental Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs on its consideration of the Houses of Parliament Bicameral Relations Bill, National Assembly Bill number 44 of 2023. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Next is the Honorable nominated member, Honorable Irene Mayaka. Sorry, I don't think that. Yes, I'm correct, yes. The Honorable Irene Mayaka. Sorry, Honorable Mayaka, it's actually before you is the Vice Chairperson of the Public Petitions Committee. You're under Order 7. So you may proceed. Chairperson of the Public Petitions Committee. think it's being delivered by the Vice Chairperson, Honorable Janet Situne. It's okay. I think we can move to the next order, then we'll come back to her when she arrives. So we can move to order number 7.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Next order.
Order number 7, questions and statements.
It's okay, we'll give her a chance to settle down, so we can just go to order number 7. Do you want us to finish with the order number 7 first? Then I'll come to you. Thank you. Yes, I know. Honorable Stene has joined us, but let's give her a minute to settle down. So let's proceed to the next order first. We'll come back to her. Okay, the Honorable David Kiplagat.
Okay, thank you, Madam Speaker. I was worried that I had been forgotten. Thank you very much, because the matter I'm raising is of national importance, especially to our farmers in North Rift. Request for a statement regarding distribution of subsidized fertilizers to farmers. Honorable Madam Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44-2C, I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee of Agriculture and Livestock regarding distribution of subsidized fertilizers to farmers in the North Rift region. Madam Speaker, the government initiated the subsidy program with the intention of bolstering Kenya's agricultural sector productivity in order to stabilize food prices. Consequently, the government undertook a nationwide registration of farmers for purposes of delivering subsidized fertilizer by use of e-voucher system for traceability and full accountability of the subsidized fertilizer. However, the program is facing several challenges, among them being lag between the date of receipt of the notification and the redemption of the fertilizers. As a result, farmers have unsuccessfully been queuing for several hours at the National Cereals and Produce Board, NCBB, depots to collect the subsidized fertilizer. Additionally, farmers in the region have lamented about lack of finances to redeem the vouchers, long queues, and allegation of corruption in the fertilizer subsidy program. Madam Speaker, since the planting season has already commenced, particularly in the North Rift, it is imperative that the government speedily streamlines distribution of subsidized fertilizers to farmers to forestall crop failure resulting from late planting. It is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee of Agriculture and Livestock on the following. 1. Speaker, you protect me. I need to be heard in silence. Okay.
Proceed. We can hear you loud and clear.
Okay.
Despite the murmurings.
1. What is the quantity of subsidized fertilizer stocked in National Cereals and Produce Board depots across the country vis-a-vis the targeted number of farmers and the acreage of land? 2. Could the ministry consider giving farmers in the North Rift vouchers to purchase fertilizers from retailers at subsidized price of 2,500 per bag in the event of shortage of the subsidized fertilizer at NCBB depots? 3. What mechanism has the ministry What mechanism has the ministry put in place to ensure that farmers in the North Rift receive subsidized fertilizer in the next 1 week before the planting season begins? Lastly, what modalities has the ministry put in place to enhance effectiveness of the e-forger system in order to minimize the long queues at the depots? I thank you, Honorable Speaker. I also request that since it's a matter that is concerning a lot of farmers in the North Rift, I request that Honorable Kipsanai and also Honorable Kip.
He's decided to take up the Speaker's seat. Before we proceed, honorable members, allow me to recognize students seated in the public gallery. There's one school from Kirobon Girls High School, from Rongai constituency, Nakuru County. Second, we have Wanyenzie Secondary School from Mwingwi West constituency, Kitui County. 3 Rarakwa girls from Kigumo constituency, Murang'a County. And also Gitwe Secondary School from Githunguri constituency, Kiambu County. The 5th school is Londiani Township Secondary School from Kipkelion East constituency. And I'll give an opportunity to Honorable Joseph Cherorot, to member for Kipkelion, to welcome the students, school students on our behalf.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to welcome all the students who are with us today in the plenary. This is an opportunity for these students, Madam Speaker, to learn, and I want to say that this house is a role model to the students, Madam Speaker, unlike during our days when you used to just read it in the books, but they have an opportunity to come and even see practically and be able to listen to what we are actually discussing and moving in this house, Madam Speaker. Therefore, I want to welcome all of them, and I want to encourage all the students who are with us this afternoon that cheer up and make sure that you perform in your schools. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Okay. Honorable nominated member, Honorable Irene Mayaka, you can now make your statement.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I hereby request for a statement on the status report of the campaign to end female genital mutilation by 2022. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Standing Order number 44, subsection 2, part C, I wish to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Social Protection on the status of the campaign to end female genital mutilation by 2022. Honorable Speaker, in November 2019, the Minister of Public Service, Gender and Affirmative Action launched a national policy on abandonment of female genital mutilation following a firm commitment from the then President on the 4th of June 2019 to put an end to female genital mutilation, also known as FGM, by 2022. The policy was aligned with the impetus to accelerate eradication of FGM in the country. Honorable Speaker, while the strides taken by the Minister of Public Service, Gender and Affirmative Action in the eradication of FGM cannot be gainsaid, certain areas in the country still practice FGM. There is therefore need for extension of the campaign to end female genital mutilation to ensure total prohibition and eradication of all forms of FGM in the country. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I seek a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Social Protection on the following. Number 1, could the minister provide a status report on the achievements that resulted from the campaign towards ending FGM by 2022? Number 2, what initiative did the ministry put in place to sustain the gains made through the campaign beyond 2022? Number 3, What programs has the ministry initiated towards sensitizing communities susceptible on the negative effects of FGM and the amount of resources allocated to achieve accelerated eradication of the fires? And finally, could the minister consider another phase of the campaign to end FGM in targeted areas of the country for a term of 3 years? I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
The Honorable Member for Tharaka, Honorable George Burugara.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, this is a request for a statement regarding the mysterious death of Ms. Peris Karimi Mugera of Tharaka Nithi County. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44-2C, I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security regarding the disappearance and mysterious death of one Ms. Peris Karimi Mugera of ID number 30960640 from Ndiruni village in Tharaka Nithi County. Honorable Speaker, Ms. Peris Karimi Mugera, a renowned political blogger and business lady in Chuka town, was reported missing on the 29th of February 2024 under unclear circumstances. The frantic search for the deceased by her family and the police officers from Chuka Police Station met a tragic end on 8th March 2024 when the deceased family positively identified a body at the Kirogoya mortuary in Kirinyaga County. It is reported that a lifeless body had been found dumped along the Mwea Sagana Road in Kirinyaga County on the 1st of March 2024. To date, the family is yet to know the circumstances for her disappearance and subsequent murder in cold blood. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I seek a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security on the following matters. Number one, what is the status of investigations into the disappearance and mysterious death of Ms. Peris Karimi Mugera, including the identity of the killers and their motive? Number two, what steps has the government taken to ensure that all the perpetrators of the disappearance and death of the said person are brought to book for prosecution? Number three, what actions has the government taken to ensure that Ms. Peris Karimi Mugera's family is protected from threats by persons likely to be associated with her death? And finally, number four, what measures has the government put in place to ensure that the safety and the right of expression of all Kenyan political bloggers are protected? I thank you, Honorable Speaker, and do request for an answer to this as a matter of urgency.
Okay, my assumption is that the relevant chairpersons of those committees can't answer now, but you can answer at a later date. Is that okay? Because the first statement by the member for Soy, Honorable David Kiplagat, I think will be marked to the Committee on Agriculture. The statement by the member for Tharaka, Honorable George Burugara, will be marked to the Committee on Administration. And the one by the nominated member, Honorable Irene Mayaka, will be marked to social protection. I think that was your request. So we can schedule that they are able to respond next, before we go for recess, which means next week. This time next week. Yeah. What is your point of order, Honorable DK?
Madam Speaker, as you know very well, you and I come from the North Rift, and farmers are now planting, and they are now queuing without the subsidized fertilizer. Can you order that the chair, this is something that should be sorted within 3 days, because we cannot wait for 1 week. Thank you.
Chair, is 3 days acceptable? Chairperson, Honorable Mutunga.
Honorable Speaker, I listened to the Honorable Member when he was requesting for the statement very carefully, and he is talking of in the course of this week. And Honorable Speaker, we have an engagement with the ministries. I cannot give my answers. It will take the ministry to do the investigation that he needs and also to do the scheduling that he has requested. It cannot take less than a week because we have to give them a notice of a week. Honorable Speaker, I think it's out of order.
I think that sounds reasonable. What's your point of order, Honorable Sunkuli?
Madam Speaker, I was of the feeling that you are going to give us an opportunity to comment on this statement. But now that I see that that's not the way you are doing it, I would request that when the answer to that statement is given, it should not be limited to the North Rift. Because, Madam Speaker, we have the problem in Kilgoris, which is in the South Rift. Fertilizer is being given in small quantities. It expires very quickly. Some people are being given more than they deserve, and they are selling it to the neighboring places in Kisii. And in fact, yesterday, the cereals board was flooded by people from other places other than Kilgoris. We need that statement to cover the whole of it. And I just want to request my honorable friend from Soy to always think broader. There's nothing called the North Rift. We are all members of the Rift Valley.
What's your point of order, Honorable Kipsanai? I'll come to you, Honorable Milema. Yeah, and I'll come to you. Please. We can only take one point of order at a time. So I'm going in order.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. First, I want to thank Honorable DK for raising this important statement. Madam Speaker, as you are aware, farmers in Road Rift are preparing to plant. And now the rains are approaching. Farmers are in anguish. We are receiving fertilizers like medicine, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, it's important for the chairperson to take the statement from the member seriously because we want it to be expedited. Because farmers can no longer wait, rains are approaching, people have plowed their farms, and it's important, Chair, that you direct so that we can get the fertilizer on time. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Remember the Honorable Omboko Milema, then I'll come to you. I'm just going in order. Proceed. And keep it brief because it's a point of order.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The Chair Agriculture has to rise to the occasion. The matter raised by the member is so serious. You know, the magic happening in the country currently is because we got some fertilizer during the second planting and the first planting. And that's why the price of Gorogoro is now oscillating where it is. This is very serious, Chair, Agriculture. And you should be able to reply to this because I was in the constituency and in our place, Honorable Speaker, there's no fertilizer. People are queuing, both in Honorable Maungu's constituency and my constituency. So we need the fertilizer so that we keep the Gorogoro down.
You've made your point. If it's a point of order, it should be brief, Honorable Lowen Bayer. Then I'll come to you, Honorable Kosin.
Honorable Speaker, you know, while the matters being raised here are very important matters, and they are serious issues of the nation, but you see, this is Parliament, and Parliament has procedure, and we must speak to the fact that DK used a route that does not accord him what he wants. He requested for a statement. And my understanding, and having been in this Parliament, when a statement is requested, we don't debate. We don't start issuing points of orders in the guise of debating the matter. He should have come to this Parliament on an adjournment motion so that he can get what he wants. But to use a request for a statement, Honorable Speaker, for us to debate a matter is completely out of order in this Parliament. He should use the correct path. The chairman has stated, give me 1 week, and the matter rests. The matter rests. But for us to use a back door this is Parliament, it's a house of procedure. It must be followed, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Owen Bayer.
Yes.
Honorable Owen Bayer, actually, you're more out of order than everybody else. Because if you're on a point of order, you keep it brief. You simply say your point. And that's what the challenge is happening now. Everybody is making a speech, calling it a point of order, but you're also even doing the same thing yourself. Honorable members, I think the point has been made. No matter how much we debate, none of the chairperson will not be able to speak. Let us proceed. Let us proceed, honorable members. Honorable Kosini, you're out of order. We've closed that chapter. So let's go back. If you remember, honorable members, I had reordered the order paper and gone to number 7 and actually skipped one item on order order number 5. So I'll call upon the vice chairperson of the Public Petitions Committee, Honorable Janet Sitiene.
Public petitions. Honorable Speaker, I want to thank you for giving me this opportunity. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of the House today, Tuesday, 12th March 2024. Report of the Public Petitions Committee on its consideration of Public Petition number 3 of 2022 by Honorable Said Buya Iribae regarding the gazettement of Hola Irrigation Scheme land to allow for the expansion of the county headquarters of Tana River. I submit, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the House today, Tuesday, 12th March 2024, on the report of the Public Petitions Committee on its consideration of Public Petition number 4 of 2022 by Mr. Stephen Mutoro regarding funds spent by the national government contrary to the provisions of Article 223 of the Constitution. I submit, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, do I go ahead and give notice of the motion?
Honorable Member, did you have a notice or you just simply had the paper to lay?
Sorry. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Speaker, I beg to give notice of motion on the same report. Chairperson of Public Petition Committee, consideration of Public Petition number 4 by the national government contrary to the provisions of Article 223 of the Constitution. Honorable Speaker, I beg to give notice of the following motion: that this House adopts the report of the Public Petitions Committee on its consideration of Public Petition number 4 of 2022 regarding funds spent by the national government contrary to the provisions of Article 223 of the Constitution, laid on the table of the House on Tuesday, 12th March 2024. Honorable Speaker, I submit.
Thank you. And now, honorable members, we can now go back to order number 8. You can announce the order. Oh, yes, okay. Let me give Leader of Minority, let me give you an opportunity. You had a point of order earlier.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I'll be rising on a point of order number 47.3. Point of order number 47.3. Honorable Speaker, but before you go there, and this is basically, let me just read it, if you allow me. A standing order number 47.3 is all about the Speaker determining the constitutionality of a motion or a bill before it is processed by the House. So I will not read it, it's clear. But Mr. Speaker, let me say this, that Speaker J.B. Muturi, a legal mind of no mean repute, on several occasions, and indeed his predecessors, but I'll just for the moment talk about the rulings by Speaker J.B. Muturi, both in the 11th and 12th parliaments, which I was privileged to serve in. If I pick a specific ruling he made on the 21st of December, 2021, it was a Speaker's ruling on the constitutionality of the Proceeds of Crime and Anti-Money Laundering Amendment Bill. It was Tuesday afternoon. At page 298 of that ruling, the Speaker J.B. Muturi had this to say, just paraphrasing him, that before I guide the House on the pertinent questions for determination, it is worth noting that Articles 3 and 10 of the Constitution oblige the Chair to respect, uphold, and defend the Constitution. As you are aware, all business that comes before the House is approved by the Speaker, and among other considerations, the Speaker applies his mind as to the constitutionality or otherwise of such business, as contemplated under Standing Order 47.3. Let me also hasten to add
Honorable
that...
Wandai, just so that everyone can follow you,
Oh,
you're rising on Standing Order 47.
3.
47.3.
Yes.
If the Speaker is of the opinion that any
Yes,
proposed motion is one which infringes, or the debate which is likely to infringe on any of the standing orders.
Yeah.
And the one is contrary to the Constitution. Okay, so which one are you referring to?
47.3.
No, I'm asking what particular part of the order paper are you referring to?
I am referring to, Honorable Speaker, I'm referring...
No, I just want to be able to follow you.
Yes. And I wish the House would be attentive, because I can't actually communicate.
Honorable members, I think let us consult in low tones. Order, honorable members.
Honorable Speaker, I am referring to the Statute Law Miscellaneous Amendments Bill, National Assembly Bill number 68 of 2023, which has since gone through the second reading and is destined for the Committee of the Whole. And that's why I am paraphrasing J.B. Muturi's ruling on this particular day, the 21st of December that year. I was just concluding it. Let me also hasten to add, that is J.B. Muturi speaking. Let me also hasten to add that notwithstanding the approval of any business by the Chair under the standing orders, it has now become an established parliamentary practice of this House that a question of the constitutionality or otherwise of any matter under consideration by the House may be raised at any stage of its consideration. Indeed, my predecessors and I have been invited on several occasions to guide the House on issues of constitutionality of various matters before the House. That's the point.
Okay, you've made your point. You've explained the standing order correctly, but that particular statute amendment bill that you're referring to is not on the order paper today, is it?
The Honorable Speaker, I wish you just listen to me first, then you can guide me. I just conclude, what I'm saying here.
Yes.
The Honorable Speaker, I am well aware, that the particular business is not on today's order paper. But I have mentioned that that particular business has been duly approved by the Speaker, and indeed, it has gone through the second reading stage. That is therefore within the remit of 47.3, and especially the ruling I have just referred to by Speaker J.B. Muturi. Honorable Speaker, I'll be very brief. Article 10, Article 3, of course, has been elaborated by J.B. Muturi in his ruling. Article 10, I'm on a point of order, Honorable Speaker, and protect me, please, Honorable Speaker. I am on a point of order. You just
Honorable
take the time and respond.
just let him finish.
Yes.
He's about to finish.
What is the...
Then you can...
What is the jittery about? I am on a point of order.
Honorable Chepkonga, you're out of order. Allow me to listen to him, then rule on it. You can't
The
rule from your seat.
Honorable Speaker, thank you very much. Honorable Speaker, I'm particularly referring to the Value Added Tax Act of 2013 that this amendment bill is proposing to amend. Honorable Speaker, the first question is the VAT Act 2013 a money bill or not? The answer is it is indeed a money bill. And the proposer of the bill is suggesting to delete section 268(2)(a). Honorable Speaker, money bills are provided for under Article 114 of the Constitution. Honorable Speaker. Article 114 of the Constitution. And I will take you to Article 114, Subarticle 2 of the Constitution. Honorable Speaker, Article 114, Subarticle 2.
Honorable Wandai, because, like I've just asked you, that particular statute amendment bill is not presently before the House. It will be before the House in the coming days. Then you can be able to submit as you're submitting today, because now you're doing it in a vacuum. So even if I were to give a ruling, it's impossible to give a ruling as it is not before the House.
The Honorable Speaker, I'm just concluding. My point is this. Article 114 or Subarticle 2 of the Constitution requires that if, in the opinion of the Speaker of the National Assembly, a motion makes a provision for a matter mentioned in the definition of a money bill, the Assembly may proceed only in accordance with the recommendations of the relevant committee of the Assembly, after taking into account the views of the Cabinet Secretary responsible for finance. That is the point. The point here is, has this proposed amendment to the VAT Act 2013 been taken through the relevant committee? Is there a report from the relevant committee? Has it acquired, has it received the concurrence or opinion of the CS Treasury? That is the point. The answer to this question, Honorable Speaker, is that it has not.
Okay.
And therefore, the business is before the House. Even if it is not on the order paper today, it is before the House. The business is before the House and procedurally.
Okay. Honorable Wandai, that particular statute amendment bill will be coming to the House at some point in time. Right now, you're speculating and anticipating debate. Let us wait until the matter is properly before the House, when all the other members are able to access the documentation from the table office, so that they can also be able to give a counter argument to your argument. But now you're debating yourself. Yes, so let us, you've made your point and you've put it well, so let us proceed. Yes, and raise it.
To proceed on the day the matter will be on the order paper. That doesn't negate the issues I have raised. Very weighty constitutional issues, Honorable Speaker. And whoever is responsible for this bill must take note. Honorable Speaker, thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Wandai. I think they have received the message. So let us wait until the matter is before the House, and there is no point to debate on it, because it's not even before the House. Honorable Lowenbayer, I hope we're not talking about this matter, because it's not even before the House. We are just speculating and anticipating debate, and no one else in the room, probably save for the two of you, know about it. So let us wait until it's properly before the House.
Just to be on record, Honorable Speaker, it is proper that we comment on this matter. The Honorable Wandai brought this matter properly before the House, and I want to commend him on one thing, that no one in this parliament is interested in passing a law that is unconstitutional. It will be foolhardy for us to sit here, pass a law that we know is unconstitutional, and actually let it go, because we swore to protect the Constitution. So, Honorable Speaker, much as there is substance and a lot of substance to what Honorable Andai is saying, but this House also has procedure. And as you have ruled, Honorable Speaker, we agree with you that the proper procedure must be followed. If this matter is not before the House today, Honorable Andai has an opportune time when this matter is presented on the day that it will be debated. He will have his day, and we will also have our say on the matter. But at the end of the day, because it is a constitutional issue, it is a matter before the Speaker to make a ruling and guide the House on how we move forward. So we want to thank you, Honorable Andai, for raising a constitutional matter, but we ask of you to hold your horse until that particular time. Then we can have a robust debate and the Speaker can make a ruling that can guide the House. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. I think that matter is now settled. Next week, we can move to the next order.
Order number 8, procedural motion, reduction of publication period for a specified bill.
Deputy Leader of Majority.
Honorable Speaker, I want to thank you, and I beg to move that pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 120I, 1C, this House resolves to reduce the publication period of the Division of Revenue Bill, National Assembly Bill number 14 of 2024, from 7 days to 4 days. Honorable Speaker, this bill, the Division of Revenue Bill, is a very important bill that unlocks debate and preparations for budgets, both at the National Assembly and at the county assemblies. And therefore, Honorable Speaker, for us to wait for the number of days, it will inconvenience very many institutions, including Treasury and our Committee on Budget Making in their preparation for the budget. And also, we would like county governments to start preparations of their budget. And this Division of Revenue Bill gives the opportunity for county governments to start preparation of the bill. And therefore, we would like to request this House, Honorable Speaker, that we get approval to reduce the publication period from 7 days to 4 days, so that this week we can do the first reading of the Division of Revenue, and then subsequently start a second reading and debate, so that we can unlock the monies that go to the counties. Honorable Speaker, you know, Division of Revenue Bill is very important, a very important piece of legislation that dovetails towards the making of the budget. And therefore, we are in that season of budget making, and therefore, we will request this House to approve the reduction of the period from 7 to 4, so that we can start the budget making. I would like to request the Honorable Bowen Kangogo, the Honorable Member who has served now a third term, to second me on this motion. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Madam Speaker, I want to second this bill for the reduction of the Division of Revenue Bill publication from 7 days to 4 days. And Madam Speaker, you will find that many of our counties now, they are struggling even to pay employees because of lack of funds. And Madam Speaker, reducing the publications from 7 to 4 days, Madam Speaker, is going to help us to fast track this bill and make sure that we are done with it before we present it to the Senate, Madam Speaker, so that the resources which are needed by our counties, Madam Speaker, are sent to our various counties. Madam Speaker, the second issue also, Madam Speaker, it is very important that this bill is reduced. We have the 4 days so that we go through all the legislative process and finish it on time, Madam Speaker. I support. I second.
Honorable members, allow me to propose the question that pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order number 121C, this House resolves to reduce the publication period of the Division of Revenue Bill, National Assembly Bill number 14 of 2024, from 7 days to 4 days. Okay, you can see the mood of the House is that we put the question. Honorable members, I now put the question that pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order number 121C, this House resolves to reduce the publication period of the Division of Revenue Bill, National Assembly Bill number 14 of 2024, from 7 days to 4 days. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Next order.
Order number 9, the Natural Resources Benefit Sharing Bill, Senate Bill number 6 of 2022. Question to be put.
Honorable members, allow me to put the question that the Natural Resources Benefit Sharing Bill, Senate Bill number 6 of 2022, be read a second time. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? Nay. The nays have it.
Order number 10, the Division of Revenue Bill, National Assembly Bill number 14 of 2024, first reading. A bill for an act of parliament to provide for equitable division of revenue raised nationally between the national and county governments in the 2024-2025 financial year and for connected purposes. Order number 11, the Regional Development Authorities Bill, National Assembly Bill number 7 of 2023, second reading.
Honorable members, before we resume debate on order number 11, allow me to recognize the following schools who are seated in the speakers and public galleries. Mutumo Mixed Secondary School, Kitui South Constituency, Kitui County. Nyangati Secondary School, Mwea Constituency, Kirinyaga County. And Ngita Girls Secondary School, Alego Usonga Constituency, Siaya County. I will give you an opportunity. Please hold on. Let me give the first speaker, then come to you. The Honorable Maina Mathenge had how many minutes left? 8 minutes. I'll come to you. Was it you who had? I'll give you. She's not in? Okay. Then I'll give the Honorable Rachel Nyamai then.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for indulging me. I would like to take this opportunity, Honorable Speaker, to welcome students from various counties, constituencies in our country this afternoon, and more specifically, Honorable Speaker, welcome students from my constituency, Mutomo Mixed Secondary School. As I welcome them, I would like to tell them that this is the place, this is the August House, where legislation is done, representation is done, and I would like to encourage you to know that it is possible to find yourselves in this place, to be able to one day represent your country. And as you go home, be assured that the members of parliament we have here have your interest at heart. Thank you so much, Madam Speaker.
I will give you a few minutes, the Honorable Member from Alego Usonga.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, let me welcome students and teachers from Ngea Girls High School from my constituency, Alego Usonga. Madam Speaker, I wish to inform the House that Ngea Girls High School is the oldest girls' school in the entire Nyanza region. Also, Madam Speaker, Ngia Girls High School is the only national school in Alego Usonga constituency. Madam Speaker, this school has had notable alumni from this house. Madam Speaker, the former MP for Game, the late Dr. Grace Ogot, was an alumni of Ngia Girls High School. Madam Speaker, also, ICC Judge Justice Joyce Aluoch is an alumni of Ngia Girls High School. Madam Speaker, the late Oriero Gomanduli is also an alumni of Ngia Girls High School. Madam Speaker, there are so many notable Kenyans who have gone through Ngia Girls High School. Madam Speaker, this school is very special. And Madam Speaker, as I welcome teachers and students into this house, I want to say, Madam Speaker, that I am proud of this school because this school continuously excels in national examinations. Madam Speaker, I know that seated in the gallery are girls who are going to join this house in future. I want to tell them that this house belongs to them, and in future they should not limit their ambitions, and they should work hard to ensure that they become members of parliament. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Hello? Just hold on, please. Hold on.
I'm an alumni of that school.
Okay, we are on order number 11. I'd like to call upon the Vice Chairperson of the Regional Development Committee, Honorable Wamaua M. Maragwa.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for giving me a chance to support the bill from the Committee of Regional Development. Madam Speaker, this bill seeks to consolidate the laws relating to regional development and to provide the establishment, functions, and powers of the 6 regional development that are mostly found in the ASO areas. Madam Speaker, this bill also which has the authorities are established by separate acts of parliament, and therefore the bill seeks to merge the establishment and the operation of the 6 authorities so that they can be under a single act of parliament. And also, Madam Speaker, it seeks to standardize the functions of the authority subject to the unique areas of operation of each of the regional development, because wherever they are not in the same areas within the same environment, and therefore this bill is seeking to make sure that the standardization is there. Madam Speaker, when it came, the committee has narrowed it down to some areas like the membership following the proposed following the Mwongozo, the provisions of the Mwongozo Code of Governance for the State Corporation, so that the size of the board shall be limited to 9 members, excluding the ex-officio member, contrary now to what the bill has, though this is an amendment that the committee will bring during the committee of the whole house. Madam Speaker, when we support, and I'm hoping this House will support this bill, as per the Article 189, Sub-Article 2, it outlines the importance of cooperation among different levels of government to carry out their duties effectively. Because, Madam Speaker, most of whatever is done by the regional development authorities happens to be under the functions of the county government. And therefore, Madam Speaker, we need a lot of cooperation so that these 2 levels of government will not be seen to be fighting, but in any way to improve and to fill the gap of the socio-economic status of our people. Therefore, this collaboration is crucial to make sure that we achieve better development outcomes for the people of this country. And therefore, by combining their strengths and resources, the RDAs and the county government can be able to join forces and be able to tackle some inequalities. Also, they can join to boost the economic progress and also improve the overall quality of life for everyone in the areas where we find the regional authorities are. We know there are some areas that we do not have the regional development authorities, but the purpose of why the Act came and formed this regional development authority is to make sure in most of our regions where we have the ASO areas, we are adding another strength to assist the county government to be able to fill up the gaps. And therefore, Madam Speaker, the RDAs will remain vital entities in our country's development landscape. And thanks to their diverse functions and proven capacity to foster the socio-economic growth while effectively managing our resources. They also play a very vital role in driving sustainable growth and resource management nationwide. Madam Speaker, this bill had come during the 12th Parliament, but we were not able to conclude on it due to Parliament coming at a sin and die. And therefore, as a committee of the regional development, we found, because it is very important to combine and to harmonize and to standardize and to have one act of Parliament, it was good so that we bring it. Due to time, I may not be able to bring all what is contained in the Regional Development Authority Bill, but I want to single out that the Regional Development Authorities are credited to have conceptualized and implemented some of the very mega projects that we have, like Masiga and Kiabere multipurpose dams on River Tana. We also have Takwel multipurpose dam on River Takwel. We also have Sodu River multipurpose project on River Sodu, under which Sodu Mereu hydropower was implemented. We also have, Madam Speaker, Mwache Dam multipurpose development project, which is still ongoing under implementation. And I want to say, Madam Speaker, a lot has been done by the RDAs. It has created employment, and it has also made sure that it has made some of our women groups, youth groups very busy, doing projects that are income generating, and therefore out of marketing, whatever they are getting out of that after being supported, Madam Speaker, we are finding that our people are still putting something into their pocket. Therefore, I would request the members of this House to fully support this regional development bill so that we can be anchored on one act of Parliament instead of having the so many acts making each of the 6 regional development, and so that we may also be able to enhance collaboration and cooperation of the national government and the county government, because all the 2 levels of government mean well to improve the socio-economic status of our people. Madam Speaker, thank you.
Honorable members, before I give the next speaker, I just decided to rise so that I can make this clear. I think the speaker a few weeks ago ruled that people will only be, honorable members will be given the opportunity to speak if they have their cards. And if you don't have your card, the clerk's office says it's available upstairs, so you can get it. It will make it easier for us to work. And also, if you have a school from your constituency that's here, if you write it on a piece of paper and just leave it at the table here so that you're not distracting me, it will make it so much easier. And everybody can be able to have an opportunity. So with that, I think before we go to the next speaker, I think I'll give just 2 minutes to the Honorable Member for Rangwe, Honorable Lillian Gogo, because I know that you're a former student of NIA Girls.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. I appreciate you, and that's the beauty and the power of a woman. And I want to appreciate the great NIA Girls who are at the public gallery. I'm an alumni of NIA Girls High School, the only national school in Alego Usonga constituency where I was born and bred. And I want to celebrate NIA Girls for making me who I am before I moved to Kisumu Girls National School. I want to appreciate you, and I want to tell you that I once sat in the seats where you are sitting. I once slept in the dormitories where you are sleeping now. I wore that very uniform and the tie that you have worn today, and I can tell you that sky is the limit. The best is yet to come from you. It is your time and your turn to do your best at NIA Girls National School, and the country is looking up to you. Where Dr. Lillian Achieng Gogo is, I may not be in this particular seat forever, but I want to tell one of the NIA girls who is seated at the gallery that in due time, when my time is done, I want to see one of the NIA girls come and occupy this very seat where I am seated. I want to thank NIA girls for making me who I am today. And I want to appreciate all the girls in this nation. Together with the boys, the men in the house are complaining. And I want to thank you, Honorable Speaker, because CNN is complaining. And I want to thank you, Honorable Speaker, because the girls, NIA girls, are not able to see you from where you are. But I know that that seat occupied by the Speaker, who is a woman, is one time going to be occupied by one of the girls from the NIA Girls High School. So I thank you so much, Honorable Speaker, and I appreciate my alma mater. And I want to tell you, NIA girls, I'm waiting to see how you are going to perform this year, and I'm going to come over for the party. I thank you and I appreciate you, Honorable Speaker.
Oh, sorry. The Honorable Member for Ganze, Honorable Tungule, MP. Was I heard?
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker, for this opportunity. I want to say from the onset that I support this bill on regional development, and I'm also a member of the Regional Development Committee that came up with this bill. Madam Speaker, regional development authorities have been here with us since independence. Mr. Speaker, these have been the engines of development, especially in our rural areas. But Madam Speaker, these authorities that we have had have been operating on different laws. So their functions have not been coordinated. Their functions have been haphazard. And as a result, the outcomes of the operations could not be properly accounted for. Madam Speaker, Mr. Speaker, we know that these authorities have the capacity to develop our rural areas if they are given the necessary legal framework. But it has been difficult, Mr. Speaker, because they have been operating under different acts of parliament. This bill seeks, therefore, to collapse all these different acts of parliament and bring these regional development authorities to operate under one act of parliament. Mr. Speaker, one of the benefits that are going to accrue when these regional authorities are put under one law is that their functions are going to be coordinated and it will be easy even to oversight them. So I want to say that
I support this bill because it's going to be of a lot of benefit to this country. Mr. Speaker, one of the things that this bill seeks to rectify is the fact that the boards, these regional development authorities have been operating on very bloated boards. And most of the boards members that are appointed do not come from the areas that these boards operate from. We have 6 RDAs in this country, all of them operating under different acts of parliament. But when it came to the operations or the appointments of the boards, you will see CDA or Coast Development Authorities, for example, it has board members from maybe another area of this country. One of the things that this bill is going to correct is the fact that, first of all, the number of board members is going to be reduced from the current 12 to 9 to make it to conform with the Mwongozo guidelines. And again, apart from the ex-officio members, these board members are going to come from the areas where these boards are operating from. And I'm sure this is going to be beneficial to this board because many of the board members will be coming from the areas that the board are operating, so they'll be conversant with the issues that are affecting people in that area. Mr. Speaker, regional development authorities have been operating before even devolution came. And some of the functions of these authorities have been taken up by the counties. But there's still a big role that these authorities can play in this country. Even some of the functions that are devolved and are now under the purview of the counties, there's still a lot that needs to be done. We know functions like water are now under the counties. But again, there are some projects that counties cannot do alone because they are cross-cutting. There are some projects that we need to bring like 2-3 counties together so that these projects can be effectively done. This is where RDS can come in very effectively. We have seen attempts by counties to form regional bodies so that they can pull resources together. These are functions that can be done effectively by RDAs. So I know there has been complaints or there have been attempts by the Council of Governors to disband the RDAs. But I want to say that the roles that RDAs are playing are complementing and supplementing what the counties are doing. Because we know that already the counties have so much in their hands. They are not effectively implementing what they are supposed to do. Bringing an extra hand to help them also do their functions is not bad at all. So I want to say that much as we appreciate what the counties are doing, but there are some roles that these RDS can play that are going to be even beneficial to the counties themselves. We have seen the attempt to form economic blocks. This means that if you pull resources together for different counties, we can be more effective in our undertakings. So it is high time also the Council of Governors supports what the RDS are doing on the ground, because I'm very sure that it is complementing their roles. Mr. Speaker, that is my submission, and I want to say that I support this bill by the regional development authorities. Thank you.
The Honorable Christine Ombaka.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. I just want to welcome Nia girls in this August House because this is the first time that they've been here. I want to tell the girls that this is where we work. Here is where we represent you. This is where we make laws that protect you as a girl. And the laws that we have made in this house is meant to protect you and to encourage you to improve your lives. We have talked about education for the girl child. We have talked about empowerment of the girl child. This is where we debate about it. Nia Girls is a school that has brought out many strong women in this country. In a European tongue or in the European sense, it is an Ivy League kind of school, the best of the best. Therefore, girls, aim high, work hard, and then join us one day when opportunity comes. Otherwise, I expect you to excel in life, complete your education, and the sky will be the limit. Thank you, and God bless you.
The Honorable Christine, ordinarily I thought you'd be speaking on the motion, but you have had your way. Nevertheless, let's have the Honorable Phyllis Bartow, but speak on the motion. Do we have Phyllis Bartow in the House? If you are not speaking on this, I can move to the next member.
Mr. Speaker, I am not speaking on this particular one.
Thank you. Let's have the Honorable Ekomas Mutuse. Are you in the House? Now, there's a general atmosphere that people keyed in to speak on matters that may have lapsed already. So could we refresh the whole screen and then we key in so that we are able to know who wants to speak on this. Meanwhile, Leader.
What do you do? Mr. Speaker, I raise understanding order number 95 to request that the mover may be called to reply.
Order, Honorable Mutuse. Number one, Honorable Mutuse, you are completely out of order because one, you are not even sure what you wanted to speak on. Then secondly, you want to call on standing order number 95. That's wrong. Let's have the leader speak on this. Give him the mic.
Honorable Speaker. All right. Honorable Speaker, this bill, the Regional Development Authorities Bill, is very important. It's a very important bill. And I would like to urge many members to contribute because it affects us. One, Honorable Speaker, we must align these regional development authorities to the Constitution because some of the mandates that they have taken belong to the county government. Now, because they belong to the county government, it becomes counterproductive because it's a constitution. Actually, it is a constitutional issue because regional development authorities want to do water, they want to do education, they want to do roads, they want to do health, and yet regional development authorities are entities under the national government. County governments should be given space to do their work within their mandates, within Schedule 4. To continue to have regional development authorities in this government that have functions that cut across is contravention of the Constitution. And therefore, they must be aligned. They either need to choose to be animals or to be birds. We need to align the regional development authority. Today, we have around 9 regional developments. And these regional developments, Honorable Speaker, are doing work that is cross-cutting. So the first point, Honorable Speaker, we must abide by the Constitution. In Schedule 14, Schedule 4 of the Constitution, where should they lie? Should they lie within the national government or the county governments? Honorable Speaker, there has been the argument by governors, for which I support to some extent, because governors have been setting regional blocks which require money so that they can do the functions of the county government. But we have been denying regional blocks resources because we are taking the money to regional development authorities. And yet they do not have mandate to do the work of the county government. Honorable Speaker, I would change this law, and I think I'll have my say in third reading, that we change that instead of having these regional development authorities which consume money, they pay a lot of stuff, they do nothing. Honorable Speaker, we change it to give it to the counties. They hold what is called the regional blocks, as we fund regional blocks, and they do work for county government, and we see productivity, Honorable Speaker. Some of these regional development blocks, authorities, Honorable Speaker, receive a lot of money from donors. In the case of Coast Development Authority, it has received millions of shillings from the Italian government. But what was it that we see? We see them sitting, they divide the tenders among their colleagues, they divide them among their families, and at the end of the day, the coast people have never benefited from the Coast Development Authority because there is no structure to govern them. Even the minister at the top, the regional development minister, has no say completely under this regional development because they are like parastatals, and yet they are not parastatals. But they consume a lot of money from national government and give no results. So, Honorable Speaker, I would like to see either we strengthen them to take care of counties or we strengthen them to take care of national government. But it will give us an opportunity to send even more money and development to counties if we allow these regional development authorities to be what is now the economic blocks that we have. We have Jumuiya County Zapwani in the coast. We have the Lake Basin, the Lake Regional, the Lake, not Lake Basin authorities, the authority, the block which brings the counties at the Lake region, where you have Nyamira, you have Homa Bay, you have Kericho, you have all those. You know, that block, we give it money. But Lake Basin Development Authority is doing work which the governors should be doing. You know, so there's a conflict in law, Honorable Speaker. And I just hope my friend, the chairperson who is here, takes cognizance of these facts so that we reform regional development. But they must choose where they must belong. They cannot be a cow and be a goat at the same time. They have to choose who they want to be so that we get benefit for the money that we put. Secondly, Honorable Speaker, we need to align also them to the Mwongozo. You know, I think they have many board members. How do you bring a board member to Coast Development Authority and give a membership to someone who has never been to the coast, who understands nothing about the coast region, but he's a member of Coast Development Authority? He's a board member, but he doesn't know anything about coast. How does he sit down to decide development issues for a region he understands nothing about? How do you bring a person from the coast to the Lake Basin Regional Authority to discuss issues of the lake
what's your point of order,
he
Honorable
understands
Member?
nothing about, Honorable
There's
Speaker?
a point of order there.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On this bill on the RDAs, one of the things that this bill is going to sort is people who are coming from those regions are the ones who are supposed to be board members of those RDAs. And this is one of those things that kindly, Mr. Speaker, I want the honorable member for Kilifi to relax. This bill is trying to sort out this issue of members who are coming from other regions going to RDAs that don't come from their regions, so that we have members who come from those regions and understand those regions to be board members of those RDAs. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Speaker, thank you very much, Honorable, for the information. But I actually support that position that members of the RDA board, for the particular RDA board, must come from the region. They must come from the region. You cannot bring people from other regions to come and sit in council for a board in a region where those people don't understand anything. So, Honorable Speaker, I concur with Honorable Papa Jafo on this matter, that we must have members of the board from those regions.
What's
Honorable
your
Speaker,
point of order, Honorable
as I
Ruku?
conclude,
Leader, just take your seat. There's a very serious interest in your speak here. Ruku, what is out of order?
Honorable Speaker, I tend to differ seriously.
that is debate, not a point of order.
It's point of order. Point of order, Mr. Speaker. It is not right.
Order.
That is debate. Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Take
It
your
is
seat,
not
please.
right.
On
It
which
is
point
not
of order
right.
are you rising on?
I want to raise a point of order.
Which point of order have you risen?
That it is not right, Mr. Speaker.
That is debate.
It's not right, Mr. Speaker. We stand here to segment this nation when we have professionals in the Republic of Kenya with knowledge of each and every corner of the Republic of Kenya. Not only knowledge about each and every corner of the Republic of Kenya, but also the region of East and Central Africa. We have Kenyans who have gone to school very well, who can be able to serve in each and every board, regardless whether it is Coast Board or Rift Valley Development Authority or East and... So, or Tana River, Mr. Speaker, we will be driving this country in the wrong direction, where we want to segment our nation in tribal cocoons. And it is very shameful, Mr. Speaker, for our Honorable Linda, Deputy Leader of Majority, to champion that kind of thing.
Order. You have made your point.
I submit.
Honorable Speaker, I want to say this. The best expert.
Order, members.
Honorable
Relax.
Speaker.
Order.
Honorable Speaker.
Order.
Honorable Speaker.
Order, members.
I'm on the floor.
Order. Ruku has made his point, and so clearly. You may proceed.
I want to say this. The best professional, the best expert on matters coast is a guy from the coast region. There can never be any other expert, Honorable Speaker, better than the person who comes from the coast region. Mr. Speaker, I'll speak boldly, and I'll say this. This has been used for many years. It has been used for many years to marginalize communities in their own region, where people bring board members from other places to come and be members of boards in certain regions and use it to oppress and take away resources. Honorable Speaker, I'll stand by that. The best experts in coast are in the coast. They will take over all the boards in the coast because that's what it must be. Honorable Speaker, that I will stand for. So we must reform these regional bodies to ensure that people from a certain region run their boards, just like counties. People from the same counties run their counties. That we will stand by. You can have your opinion, CNN, because you want to come to the coast and colonize the people from the coast. We will not allow you that space at all. People from the coast will manage their resources. If you don't have an RDA, go and create yours. But
I think we have heard you, and you may take your seat. Honorable members, you don't have...
Is carried, the committee's amendment will be dropped. So I propose the question that clause 13 be part of the bill. Senator Mgeni.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I propose that clause 13 be amended as appears in the order paper. The justification, Mr. Speaker, is that the proposed bill creates a board that should be in charge of dealing with investment programs on all housing projects in counties, and this will be in conflict with the 6th schedule, part 2, section 8 of the Constitution that reserves housing and development as a function of counties. The amendment proposes, therefore, that this function be undertaken by each county, which shall submit annual investment programs to the Senate and not to the National Assembly. Further, it's proposed that each county will submit their annual investment programs to the Senate. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
I propose the question that clause 13 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 13 be amended as proposed, division at the end. Further amendments, Chairperson, Standing Committee, Roads, Transport and Housing.
Mr. Speaker, I propose the amendment as they appear on the order paper. Justification: this amendment seeks to ensure that the annual investment program is tabled before both houses of Parliament. This will ensure that the Senate, as the protector of counties and their governments, is appraised of the annual investment program.
I propose the question that clause 13 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 13 be amended as proposed, division at the end.
Clause 14.
I propose the question that clause 14 be part of the bill. We have two amendments on this, one by Senator Mgeni and one by the committee, and the amendments are not in conflict. I propose the question that clause 14 be part of the bill. Chairperson, Standing Committee on Roads, Transport and Housing.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. This is just the correction of grammar. I propose the amendments as they appear on the order paper, and justification is that this amendment seeks to introduce gender-neutral language.
I propose the question that clause 14 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 14 be amended as proposed, division at the end. Further amendments, Senator Mugeni.
Mr. Speaker, I propose that clause 14 be amended as appears in the order paper. The justification, Mr. Speaker, is to remove the CS from having the sole discretion of appointing 3 members to the proposed board, and instead substituted with appointees of 3 professional bodies, that is 1, Law Society of Kenya, the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Kenya, and the Board of Registered Architects and Quantity Surveyors to enhance transparency.
I propose the question that clause 14 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 14 be amended as proposed, division at the end.
Clause 15.
We have 2 amendments for clause 15, one by the committee and one by Senator Mugeni. The amendments are not conflicting. I propose the question that clause 15 be part of the bill. Senator Mugeni.
Mr. Speaker, I propose that clause 15 be amended as appears in the order paper. Mr. Speaker, the justification is to remove institutional housing as one of the beneficiaries of affordable housing, as that is not an envisaged right under Article 43 of the Constitution. Thank you.
I propose the question that clause 15 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 15 be amended as proposed, division at the end. Further amendments, Chairperson, Standing Committee, Roads, Transport and Housing.
Mr. Speaker, I beg to move the amendments as they appear on the order paper. Justification: this amendment seeks to empower the board to inspect developments funded by the fund and enforce compliance with the Act.
I propose the question that clause 15 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 15 be amended as proposed, division at the end.
Clause 16.
I propose the question that clause 16 be part of the bill. Chairperson, Standing Committee.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I wish to move the amendment as they appear on the order paper. Justification: this amendment seeks to provide for the years of experience for the chairperson. In addition, the amendment recognizes that the chairperson is in charge of policy and will be assisted by the chief executive officer, who will provide technical guidance.
I propose the question that clause 16 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 16 be amended as proposed, division at the end.
Clause 17.
I propose the question that clause 17 be part of the bill. Chairperson. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I wish to move the amendment as they appear on the order paper. Justification: these amendments seek to remove reference to Chief Executive Officer in provisions that relate to the tenure of office of the board. It also seeks to introduce gender-neutral language, and also the amendments seek to remove reference to Chief Executive Officer in the provisions of the tenure of the office of the board.
I propose the question that clause 17 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 17 be amended as proposed, division at the end.
Clause 18.
I propose the question that clause 18 be part of the bill. Chairperson.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move the amendment as they appear on the order paper. And justification: these amendments seek to remove reference to the Chief Executive Officer in provisions that relate to the filling of a vacancy that arises in the board.
I propose the question that clause 18 be part of the be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 18 be amended as proposed, division at the end.
Clause 19.
I propose the question that clause 19 be part of the bill. Chairperson.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I wish to move the amendment as they appear on the order paper. Justification. This amendment seeks to clarify which amongst the three schedules the section is referring to.
I propose the question that clause 19 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 19 be amended as proposed, division at the end.
Clauses 20, 21, and 22.
I propose the question that clauses 20, 21, and 22 be part of the bill. I put the question that clauses 20, 21, 22 be part of the bill, division at the end.
Clause 23.
I propose the question that clause 23 be part of the bill. Chairperson, Standing Committee.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I wish to move the amendment as they appear on the order paper. Justification. The amendment seeks to align the bill to the leadership and integrity provisions under the Constitution, and also it seeks to introduce the tenure of office for the Chief Executive Officer that is in line with the Muongozo Code of Governance.
I propose the question that clause 23 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 23 be amended as proposed, division at the end.
Clauses 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and clause 31.
I propose the question that clauses 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and 31 be part of the bill. I put the question that clauses 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and 31 be part of the bill. Division at the end.
Clause 32.
I propose the question that clause 32 be part of the bill. Senator Abbas Mohammed Sheikh.
Okay. Thank you, Honorable Chair. I propose that the bill is amended by deleting clause 32 and substituting, therefore, the following new sections. The provision of land actual subjected to subsection 2 applies to the allocation of public land for the implementation of the affordable housing scheme and development of institutional housings. 2. Land held by county government shall not be allocated unless the board has, in the prescribed manner, carried out public participation and stakeholder engagement with the affected community within the county. There was the one we did do away with A.
Senator Abbas, please read it again for the convenience of other senators to follow.
Chairman, I'm saying that the bill be amended, deleting clause 32 and substituting, therefore, the following new section. 32A1, the provision of the land act shall subject to subsection 2 applies to the allocation of public land for the implementation of the affordable housing scheme and development of institutional housing scheme. 2, land held by county government shall not be allocated unless the board has, in the prescribed manner. We have done away with A in consultation with the committee. So now A is going to be carried out public participation and stakeholder engagement with the affected community within the county.
I propose the question that clause 32 be amended as moved. I put the question. Deputy Speaker, go ahead, make your contribution. Go ahead, Senator.
Yes, Mr. Speaker. Sir, I'd moved an amendment that was doing away with the institutional housing. But the amendment by Senator Abbas, it's like he's moving his amendment retaining institutional housing, which I had proposed to delete. So I want your directions.
Senator Abbas, would you want to drop institutional housing scheme from in your amendment 32.1? 32.1.
Honorable Chair, I will not drop it.
I propose the question that clause 32 be amended as proposed by Senator Abbas. I put the question that clause 32 be amended as proposed by Senator Abbas, division at the end.
Clause 33.
I propose the question that clause 33 be part of the bill. Chairperson, Standing Committee.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I wish to propose the amendments as they appear on the order paper. Justification: this amendment seeks to clarify that it is the board that is empowered to enter into contracts on behalf of the fund.
I propose the question that clause 33 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 33 be amended as proposed, division at the end.
Clause 34.
I propose the question that clause 34 be part of the bill. Amendment by Senator Mogeni. Oh, sorry, there are two amendments. The committee will have to drop amendments if Senator Mogeni's amendment goes through. Senator Mogeni.
Mr. Speaker, I propose that clause 34 be amended as appears in the order paper. The justification is to remove institutional development as beneficiaries of affordable housing bill. Thank you.
I propose the question that clause 34 be deleted. I put the question that clause 34 be deleted, division at the end. Further amendments by Chairperson Committee.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I wish to propose the amendment as they appear on the order paper. And justification is that this amendment seeks to clarify that it is the board that is empowered to enter into contracts on behalf of the fund.
I propose the question that clause 34 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 34 be amended as proposed, division at the end.
Clause 35.
I propose the question that clause 35 be part of the bill. We have two amendments. The committee will have to drop the amendments if Senator Abbas's amendment goes through. Therefore, I propose the question that clause 35 be part of the bill. Senator Mohammed Sheikh Abbas.
Honorable Chair, I propose that the bill be amended by deleting clause 35 and substituting therefore the following new clauses. 1, the board may enter into an agreement with the private institutions, A, to develop and construct affordable housing units and associated social and physical infrastructures. B, for the supply of goods and materials in connection with the construction of affordable housing. 2, the board shall, before entering into the agreement under the subsection 1, publish at least 2 newspapers of nationwide circulations and electronic media, a notice of intentions to enter into agreement and invitation to tenders from the public in the prescribed form. 3, the Cabinet Secretary may, in consultation with the board, prescribe guidelines for the publication of a notice under subsection 2, an invitation to tender. Honorable Speaker, I am the Chair. The amendment of 35 is a vital measure to ensure transparency, fairness, and public participation.
I propose the question that clause 35 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 35 be amended as proposed, division at the end. Further amendments, Chairperson, Standing Committee.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I wish to propose the amendment as they appear on the order paper. Justification, this amendment seeks to clarify that it is the board that is empowered to enter into contracts on behalf of the fund.
I propose the question that clause 35 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 35 be amended as proposed, division at the end.
Clause 36.
I propose the question that clause 36 be part of the bill. Chairperson, Standing Committee.
I wish to propose the amendment as they appear on the order paper. Mr. Speaker, justification, just the same as the previous one.
I propose the question that clause 36 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 36 be amended as proposed, division at the end.
Clause 37.
I propose the question that clause 37 be part of the bill. I put the question that clause 37 be part of the bill, division at the end.
Clause 38.
I propose the question that clause 38 be part of the bill. Chairperson, Standing Committee.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
And we have two amendments for this. Another one by Senator Abbas. Senator Abbas proposed amendment to be dropped if the committee's amendments go through.
Mr. Speaker, if you give me just a minute to consult with Senator Abbas.
Yeah, it's okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Maybe Senator Abbas could go first before I move my amendment.
Go ahead, Senator Abbas.
Honorable Chair, I think having compared the notes that we found that these things are the same for the Chair and me, therefore I drop mine.
Senator Abbas, say you withdraw yours.
I will withdraw mine.
Very well. Chairperson, move, please.
Thank you very much. We consulted very fast on that one. Mr. Speaker, I wish to propose the amendment as they appear on the order paper. And justification, this amendment seeks to clarify that a person refers to a natural person and that the said person may only access one unit. This will ensure that the objectives of the bill to ensure that Kenyans have access to affordable housing is achieved.
I propose the question that clause 38 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 38 be amended as proposed, division at the end.
Clause 39.
We have two amendments for clause 39 and they are not conflicting. I propose the question that clause 39 be part of the bill. Chairperson, Standing Committee.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I wish to propose the amendment as they appear on the order paper. Justification, this amendment seeks to correct a cross-referencing error.
I propose the question that clause 39 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 39 be amended as proposed, division at the end. Further amendment, Senator Mohammed Abbas.
Yes.
Honorable Speaker, I think there's a bit of confusions. Clause 39, I've withdrawn.
Go to the next.
Clause 40.
I propose the question that clause 40 be part of the bill. Chairperson, Standing Committee.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I wish to propose the amendment as they appear on the order paper. Clause 40, right? Justification, this Amendment 6 to clean up on the numbering.
I propose the question that clause 40 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 40 be amended as proposed. Division at the end.
Clause 41.
I propose the question that clause 41 be part of the bill. Chairperson.
Mr. Speaker, in consideration of our Muslim brothers and sisters, I wish to drop or withdraw that amendment.
Chairperson, for the record, could you state that you're withdrawing clause 41?
Mr. Speaker, I wish to withdraw clause 41 that we were amending by deleting where applicable for the sake of our Muslim brothers and sisters.
Yes, Senator Sifuna.
I want some clarity on how you withdraw a clause. I thought he should be proposing to delete the clause. Let him put it clearly so that we get it properly.
I'll make the clarification, Senator Sifuna. Now that the amendments to clause 41 have been withdrawn, I propose the question that clause 41 be part of the bill. I put the question that clause 41 be part of the bill, division at the end.
Clause 42.
I propose the question that clause 42 be part of the bill. Chairperson.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I wish to propose the amendment as they appear on the order paper. Justification, Mr. Speaker. This amendment provides for use of voluntary savings and the land title deeds at the rural areas as collateral for the provision of an affordable mortgage to facilitate the development of a rural affordable housing unit by a voluntary contributor who has been denied or who has not gotten an affordable housing unit.
I propose the question that clause 42 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 42 be amended as proposed, division at the end.
Clause 43.
I propose the question that clause 43 be part of the bill. I put the question that clause 43 be part of the bill, division at the end.
Clause 44.
I propose the question that clause 44 be part of the bill. Chairperson.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I wish to propose the amendment as they appear on the order paper. Justification, Mr. Speaker. This amendment seeks to increase the penalty for misappropriation of the monies of the fund. We have increased from 10 million to 20 million, and a term not exceeding 10 years if you misappropriate this money.
I propose the question that clause 44 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 44 be amended as proposed, division at the end.
Clause 45.
Senator Abbas, what is it?
Honorable Chair, I think you have omitted two of my amendments. One is 37A, clause 37A, and then you have omitted also clause 42A, ownership on affordables.
Senator Abbas, those are new clauses. We will come back to them.
Okay.
Clause 45.
I propose the question that clause 45 be part of the bill. Chairperson.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I wish to propose the amendment as they appear on the order paper. This amendment seeks to introduce gender-neutral language.
I propose the question that clause 45 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 45 be amended as proposed, division at the end.
Clause 46.
I propose the question that clause 46 be part of the bill. I put the question that clause 46 be part of the bill, division at the end.
Clause 47.
I propose the question that clause 47 be part of the bill. Chairperson, Standing Committee.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I wish to propose the amendments as they appear on the order paper. Justification. This amendment seeks to empower the Cabinet Secretary to develop regulations that will ensure if the Senator for Tharaka-Nithi can give me a moment, that will ensure the better carrying into effect of the provisions of this Act. And also, Mr. Speaker, these amendments seek to set the timelines within which the Cabinet Secretary is required to table the amendments before Parliament, the timelines for consideration and approval of the regulations by the Parliament.
I propose the question that Clause 47 be amended as proposed. I put the question that Clause 47 be amended as proposed. Division at the end.
Clause 48.
I propose the question that Clause 48 be part of the bill. Senate Chairperson.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I wish to propose the amendment as they appear on the order paper. Justification. This amendment seeks to save the ongoing projects and programs as the rest of the bill is operationalized upon enactment.
Yes, Senator Mugeni. 48.
Yeah, Chair, I wanted to get your direction on that particular clause, 48. As you know, Mr. Speaker, there is a High Court decision, Petition 181 of 2023, 181 of 2023, that declared Section 84 of the Finance Act unconstitutional, and that was the basis for the collection of these funds. So this clause will, in itself, the entire clause 48 is actually unconstitutional in view of the declarations already made by the court, and it will have a retrospective application, which is not allowed.
Senator, yes, Senator Cheriot.
Mr. Speaker, if Senator Mugeni was in the House the day I moved the bill, I did make reference actually to the specific clause and said that as Parliament, nothing, it's our constitutional duty to legislate. There is no happening outside the precincts of Parliament that can influence Parliament as it makes its decision on a lawmaking process, whichever way. It doesn't matter what the courts may have said on a particular topic, because Article 94 gives this body, the body of Senate and the National Assembly, the only responsibility of making law. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, I don't think that is an issue that should forestall us.
Thank you, Senator. Senator Omgeni, you wanted to comment?
The issue I have with this clause is that it's actually going contrary to the High Court decision. The court decision says you cannot collect any taxes before you have a legal framework in place. You can only collect the tax once the legal framework is in place. And I have a copy of the High Court decision with me here, and as a House we are bound. When a court makes a decision, you cannot seek cover under Article 94 of the Constitution, because court decisions are binding on all of us. It's binding on all of us. So if the court has declared a tax to be unconstitutional, you cannot legitimize that tax through legislation. And you cannot pass a legislation that has a retrospective. You know what the import of this Section 48 is to legislate retrospectively, so that whatever was done without a legal framework will be given force of law by the passage of this act, which is unconstitutional.
Senator, can I allow one more person? Okay, I'll allow one person here, then you, and then we close it. Senator Boni, 2 minutes, please.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, the discussion now taking place is the reason why we have the Committee of the Whole. Senator Mugeni, The reading we have is that we are now making the law that will align with the fears that caused the courts to make that pronouncement. Once we legislate the way we have done, going forward, we will be doing something which will be aligned to what the court wished. It's up to you as an active member of Azimio and a legislator to go and visit the issue of the money already collected. We are legislating for going forward.
Senator Wambua.
I thank you, the chairman. You know, I need protection from Senator Mogeni.
Senator Mogeni.
Mr. Speaker, there's an issue that has been raised by the majority leader. When the courts pronounced themselves on this matter and said this law was unconstitutional, or the collection of the taxes was unconstitutional, and Senator Majority Leader says that it is the work of Parliament to legislate whichever way. So, Speaker, I want a ruling from you whether Parliament can legislate outside the Constitution. Because, Speaker, the Constitution is very clear that it protects itself. The supremacy of the Constitution, and it says in black and white that any law, including customary law, that is inconsistent with this Constitution is void to the extent of the inconsistency, and any act or omission in contravention of this Constitution is invalid. The courts cannot make Parliament superior to the Constitution. Any legislation must be done within the Constitution. I thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Senators. Senator Mogeni, you're the one who brought these contentious issue at this point in time, and you were doing so very well before. You have brought several amendments. If you felt that this clause was unconstitutional, you should have made your amendment at that time so that we can proceed. Furthermore, the court threw out the bill because it felt that there was no legal framework. This is the legal framework now that is being made. So, Senator Umgeni, I would have to rule that we proceed. You should have brought an amendment in due time. Therefore, we proceed, and I propose the question that clause 48 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 48 be amended as proposed, division at the end.
Clause 49.
I propose the question that clause 49 be part of the bill. Chairperson, Standing Committee.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I wish to propose the amendment as they appear on the order paper. And this amendment seeks to ensure greater clarity by just inserting the word before after the word immediately.
I propose the question that clause 49 be amended as proposed. I put the question that clause 49 be amended as proposed, division at the end.
New clauses. New clause 11A.
Chairperson, please go ahead and move this new clause.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I wish to propose the new clause as it appears on the order paper.
To move that you proposed for the clause to move that clause 11A to be now read a second time.
Mr. Speaker, I wish to move that the new clause 11A be now read a second time.
Thank you. I propose the question that new clause 11A be now read a second time. I put the question that new clause 11A be now read a second time, division at the end.
New clause 11B.
Chairperson to move.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I wish to move that new clause 11B be now read a second time.
I propose the question that new clause 11B be now read a second time. I put the question that new clause 11B be now read a second time, division at the end.
New clause 31A.
Chairperson to move.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I wish to move that new clause 31A be now read a second time, because this is the part where, Mr. Speaker, we are putting county government in the bill, the role of the county government in the affordable housing.
I propose the question that new clause 31A be now read a second time. I put the question that new clause 31A be now read a second time, division at the end.
New clause 31B.
Chairperson to move.
Mr. Speaker, I move that new clause 31B be now read a second time.
I propose the question that new clause 31B be now read a second time. I put the question that new clause 31B be now read a second time, division at the end.
New clause 31C.
Chairperson to move.
I move that new clause 31C be now read a second time.
I propose the question that new clause 31C be now read a second time. I put the question that new clause 31C be now read a second time, division at the end.
New clause 31D.
Chairperson to move.
I move that new clause 31D be now read the second time.
I propose the question that new clause 31D be now read a second time. I put the question that new clause 31D be now read a second time, division at the end.
New clause 31E.
Chairperson to move.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I move that new clause 31E be now read the second time.
I propose the question that new clause 31E be now read a second time. I put the question that new clause 31E be now read a second time, division at the end.
New clause 31F.
Chairperson to move.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move that new clause 31F be now read a second time.
I propose the question that new clause 31F be now read a second time. I put the question that new clause 31F be now read a second time, division at the end.
New clause 31G.
Chairperson to move.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I move that new clause 31G be now read a second time.
I propose the question that new clause 31G be now read a second time. I put the question that new clause 31G be now read a second time, division at the end.
New clause 37A.
Senator Mohammed Abbas to move.
Honorable Speaker, thank you. I propose that the bill be amended by inserting the following new sections immediately after.
No, Senator Mohammed.
Oh, okay, sorry. To be read a second time.
Yes, move that the new clause 37 be now read a second time.
That I propose that clause 37 to be read, 37 to be read a second time.
I propose the question that new clause 37A be now read a second time. I put the question that new clause 37A be now read a second time, division at the end.
New clause 42A.
Senator Mohammed Abbas to move.
Honorable Chair, I propose clause 42A to be read a second time.
I propose the question that new clause 42A be now read a second time. I put the question that new clause 42A be now read a second time, division at the end.
New clause 42B.
Senator Mohammed Abbas to move.
Honorable Chair, I propose new clause 42B to be read a second time.
I propose the question that new clause 42B be now read a second time. I put the question that new clause 42B be now read a second time, division at the end.
New clause 42C.
Senator Mohammed Abbas to move. One moment, Senator Mohammed. What is your point of order?
Mr. Chair, as per the procedure in this House, even when we're in the committee of the whole, when the chair proposes a question, ideally you pause to find whether there's a member with a comment on any clause that has been proposed to be part of the bill. And Mr. Speaker, you are moving super fast, that even when we want to make any comment following your proposal, it becomes difficult to catch up, particularly on this clause 42B, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chair, I wanted to make a comment following your proposal just before you put the question. So I was requesting, Mr. Speaker, that you move a little bit slowly at the proposal so that you only put the question if there is no comment from members. This is the stage of lawmaking, Mr. Speaker. Second reading, we are debating. But it is this point where we are writing the law with a fine toothpick. And so, Mr. Speaker, I just beg that if you would allow me, I would make some comments on new clause 42B, and in subsequent proposals, you can allow members to contribute.
Thank you, Senator Kajwang. Senator Kajwang, you know very well, you've been in this House for long, and you know how to catch the chair's eye. And you did it when you wanted to make a point of order. And I was able to give you an opportunity to interject. The same way, if you wanted to make a contribution to any clause that we were making, we have a screen here. You should have pressed your intervention button and we would have seen you and would have given you an opportunity.
Yes.
So I think the speed or the pace we're going, sorry, Senator Sifuna? Senator Sifuna, give him the mic.
Chair, if you can confirm from your dashboard, my button has been depressed.
It has.
And I have not been able to catch your eye. The point that Senator Kajwang is making is that if you move as fast as you're doing between the proposal of the question and the putting of the question, our fingers are not that fast, trust me, Chair. And you will not even have the opportunity to look at the screen. So kindly let us just allow members to make any contributions they have. And you pause just to, I know it's Ramadan, you can't, I was going to say to drink a sip of water, but just catch your breath, please, Chair.
Okay, Senator, thank you very much. Senator Kajwang.
Mr. Chair, thank you. And when I raised that point, it was really just to remind us of our solemn duty as lawmakers that legislation should never be rushed. And I thank you for giving me this opportunity. Mr. Chair, clause 42B seeks to put restrictions as to ownership. And it says that a person shall not acquire more than one affordable housing unit developed under this act. And Mr. Chair, the question is this an act that is going to serve us for 1 year or 2 years, or it's an act that will serve us for the next 100 years? What time frame are we legislating on? If you put it in law and cast it in stone that a person cannot acquire more than one affordable housing unit, what if we get to the point where this project, assuming has become so successful that all Kenyans who wish to apply have applied and have been allocated housing units? Are you going to shut down the scheme? Are you going to then come back to Parliament to amend it so that the next round of Kenyans can benefit? Mr. Chair, we must be very careful with the manner in which we legislate. And we must also ensure that whenever we make amendments at the committee stage of the House, we ask ourselves whether those amendments have been subjected to public participation. I know that at the third reading stage, any member has a right to rise and to make amendments subject to certain consultations with the chair of the respective committee. But does it take away the right of the public to be part of the decisions that we make? Does it take away that constitutional responsibility to ensure that we inject the views and the voices of the public in whatever it is that we do? Mr. Chair, I think this is a fairly dangerous amendment because it is an amendment that is coming from a position of want, a position that we are in which could be resolved or which could easily be solved in 5 years or in 10 years' time. Once the situation has been solved in 10 years' time, where every Kenyan has access to affordable housing, every Kenyan, even if they have not bought from this project, there are those who come from communities like mine. And Mr. Chair, still speaking to this amendment, I can tell you that there are certain cultural dimensions to home ownership that we do not take into account whenever we are legislating. We think that everyone comes from Singapore We think that everyone comes from South Korea. We come from Kenya. Mr. Chair, in my community, when a boy gets to the age of 18 or 19, that boy is compelled to build his first house. That first house is called a Simba. Mr. Chair, in my community, 90% of men have access to houses.
If you could please summarize so that we can get a response to that
Mr. Chair,
argument.
As per the practice in this House, if there's limitation of debate, it is done before a member takes the floor. And in the committee of the whole, Mr. Chair, we have agreed that when you propose a question, any member has a right to comment on that proposal.
Senator,
and therefore, Mr. Chair, if you would allow me, just my normal 15 minutes, if there is need for limitation of debate, that motion can be passed or that motion can be made after I've finished my submission. Those are the rules of this House. Those are not the rules of government. Those are the rules of this House. And when you're discussing a matter so important to Kenyans, we cannot be casual about application of the law, and the chair cannot be directed to commit illegalities and unconstitutional behavior. When I took the floor, I was entitled to 15 minutes to discuss the proposal. If any member wants to limit debate, you can only do it after I've sat down. Those are the rules of the House, and they are in this blue document. They are not in any political party document. Mr. Chair, if you allow me, in 15 minutes, I will be done with my comments on the new clause 42B, and I will yield the floor
we're
to
in
other
the
members
committee
to
of
make
the
their
whole.
comments.
Senator Kajwang, we're in the committee of the whole.
Mr. Chairman, committee of the whole, when you propose the question, all of us have a right to comment on that question. And that is why we were requesting that you go a little bit slow between proposing the question and putting the question. Mr. Chair, those are the rules of this House. Those are the rules of
What is your point of order, Senator
And if
Cheriot?
Senator Cheriot feels outwitted, then it is what it is. These are the rules of the House.
The mic. Give me the mic. Mr. Chairperson. Mr. Chairperson, there's only one chairperson. I hope so. I hope there is only one chairperson. Protect me from hecklers in the House, Mr. Speaker. I want to address you. Mr. Speaker, I want to address you in total silence.
Let's just one more. I should be.
Chairperson.
I will ask him. I have given him the point of order. Let him proceed. We'll listen to him in silence. I'm sure before he sits down, he will make that very clear. What is your point of order?
Thank you, Chairperson, for protecting me. Number one, Mr. Speaker, I take great exception in the conduct of Senator Kajwang. If it was another senator, I would have assumed that probably he doesn't know the traditions of this House and what we do in third reading. Senator Kajwang is not only being cheeky, because I watched him when he walked into the House, and I could hear him clearly tell his colleagues that, why are you guys not filibustering? I knew. Mr. Speaker, can you protect me? Mr. Speaker, I am not in a mood to engage in a heckling debate.
We will find out.
Mr. Speaker, can you protect me?
You are protected, Senator Cheriot.
So the point is this. Senator Kajwang knows that in third reading, you try to persuade people why you are not in supportive of the proposed amendment. In a quick, witty comment, hardly beyond a minute, Mr. Speaker, and you give opportunity to the chairperson or the person that is moving that amendment to convince you why that amendment is important. This is not a debate stage, Mr. Speaker.
Senators, let us. Just one moment before. Can we conclude on Senator Kajwang's issue? What's your point of order, Senator Sifuna?
Chair, thank you for... Chair, I would like the attention of the chair, please. Chair, I wanted to draw your attention to Standing Order 185. Mr. Chair, allow me to read. General application of rules in committee of the whole, except as otherwise provided in these standing orders. the same rules of order and of debate for the conduct of business shall be observed in the committee of the whole in the Senate. Mr. Speaker, therefore, nobody should rise up to tell you that there are traditions. Traditions are only applied where there is no express provision of the standing orders. So Honorable Kajwang is within his right, Mr. Speaker. Even in committee of the House, I am surprised somebody who's told us many times that he's doing the third term in this House has no idea which standing orders he's referring to. And Mr. Speaker, when somebody stands up on a point of order, Mr. Speaker, you must insist on which standing order he is rising. I have read the law of this House. We will not be threatened by old people here that you have been here 10 times, but you can't read very simple English. Mr. Speaker, therefore, allow us to debate in the normal fashion because that is what the law says. Mr. Chairman, do not be intimidated by anybody telling you they were elected before your grandfather was born. We are all here now. And Mr. Chairman, we are subject to the same rules. We must speak in accordance with the Constitution and in accordance with the standing orders, Mr. Speaker. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, nobody should come here to tell us about traditions of which community. The traditions of the House are dictated by the standing orders. So I dare anybody else to stand up and read.
Order, senators. Order, senators. Order, senators, order, order. Let us have some order. Order, senators. No, order, senators. Order, sit down. Sit down. Okay, sit down, Sifuna. Sit down, Senator Abbas. No more, Senator. No more point of orders. No, senators. I cannot allow because it is going out of hand. Not on this same matter. Is it on the same matter? Okay, Senator Mogeni, go ahead. Order, Senator, one moment. Let's hear what he has to say.
You know, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, I've said on this floor that I have tremendous respect for Senator Cheriot, and I've said he's a young senator who has a very bright future. But when he starts shouting at us, it's not right. Because you need to allow us to hear what your point of order, and you also give us a chance. The Speaker, we are in this House because we drive our powers from the Constitution. And yes, so Mr. Speaker, Senator Sifuna has made reference to Standing Order 185. But Mr. Speaker, the article I want you to bear in mind is Article 124 of the Constitution. Article 124, Mr. Speaker, states that each House of Parliament may establish committees and shall make standing orders for the orderly conduct of its proceedings, including the proceedings of committees. So the standing order that Senator Sifuna has read has a bearing on what is happening, Mr. Speaker. The same standing orders that allow us to raise issues when we are legislating, it flows from a power that is donated to you by Article 124 of the Constitution. And Mr. Speaker, maybe it's high time some of us moved to court to challenge some of these standing orders that limit our right to make contributions on behalf of the people of Nyamira, of Homa Bay, of Nairobi, who have elected us.
Thank you, Senator. Is your point
Can you
made?
protect me from Senator Cherege? So, Mr. Speaker,
let's hear him in silence.
When you read Article 124, and don't make this House to go back to where we used to be in Section 2A.
Don't make us go back there. We are now operating under a new constitution, 2010. Senator Cherargei, my friend, there are Kenyans who died to put this constitution in place. No, we have to lecture you because we have to remind you. We have to remind you history. We have to remind you. So, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Okay, Senator, order.
Mr. Speaker.
Order, senators.
We are in this house by virtue of powers that is bestowed on us by the Constitution that the people of Kenya passed, the Kenya Constitution of 2010.
Thank you, Senator.
Under this article, Mr. Speaker, under the article I've read it to you, you have no right to limit us.
Thank you, Senator. Thank you, Senator. Let me make a ruling so that we can have a way forward. I have to make a ruling so that you can either proceed or not. I have to make a ruling, Senator Kajwang, on this matter. And the ruling also touches on the issues you raised. So, honorable senators, I believe what has been raised by the learned senators in this House, who are very aware of the standing orders and whatever and the standing orders that they've raised and the clauses that they've raised on the matter touching on the Constitution, it is very clear that even the standing orders are applied alongside the traditions and practices of this House. When we are in a committee of the whole, interventions should be very brief, and there is no time limitation. It is just meant to be a very brief intervention. The same way when we're in the standing, can we hear in silence? Silent, Senator Cherargei. When we're in the committee of the whole, it's the same way that we don't have a seconder for anything that is moved or any question that is put. This said, senators, we will proceed as we were proceeding, and if there is any clause that you want to make an intervention, we will give you an opportunity, but be very brief on the matter. Senator Kajwang, you may not stand. Senator Kajwang. Senator Kajwang, you have raised, can I finish my ruling? Can I finish my ruling? You had concluded and you had raised your matter, Senator Kajwang. You had raised a matter on clause 42B. At this point, I will give Senator Abbas an opportunity to address the issues you had raised. It's only one sentence. It's only one sentence. How can he have not been finished? Senator Kajwang, why don't you listen to the reply? Let's listen to the Senator Kajwang, you had spoken for a good 5 minutes before we interrupted you. No, Senator Kajwang, I will not sit. Let Senator Abbas reply to your issue. Let him.
Okay, order, but let me give it to Rachel. Let me give it to Rachel. I will explain myself. Let me explain.
Senator Abbas, address the chair.
Okay. Honorable Speaker, Clause 242B limits the individual owning only one affordable houses unit under the Act. This measure prevents the concentration of units in few hands and ensures equitable distribution among the intended beneficiaries. You could have 100 wives. I'm explaining myself. I'm explaining myself. You could have 100 wives. You could have 10 wives. You could have 100 children. There is no need. You can always buy only one house. We are taking care of the interest of those guys. We should take care of the interest of those guys. Okay. I'm saying, Honorable Speaker, that these houses are meant for the poor people, the low-income houses, persons, and there is no way you can buy 100 houses at the same time. Therefore, this clause justifies. Yes. Order. I'm not talking about the clause. I'm explaining myself. I'm sorry.
Senators, please sit down.
42B limits. 42B limits individuals to own only one affordable house. Under the Act, these measures prevent the concentration. Order.
Relax.
Let me explain myself. The joy. Where?
Order, senators.
I am on the floor.
Sit down.
I am on the floor. I am on the floor. I should be given time.
Sit down.
Speaker, I'm on the floor.
Sit down.
Let him read that one.
Commissioner, sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Nani? Sit down. Majority leader, sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Okay. Senator Kajwang, sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Senator, order. Senators, honorable senators, I'm not sure if Senator Kajwang was in the House when I made a ruling about justification and any interventions in the House will be limited for 2 minutes. 2 minutes. No. I did. I made that ruling in this House. Yes. I said 2 minutes. No, I gave 2 minutes. I gave 2 minutes. So, Senator Kajwang, as a way forward, we will listen to Abbas, and then I'll give you an opportunity, not more than 2 minutes, to say what you have to say. Senator Abbas.
Wait. Okay, honorable speakers, senators, let me explain myself. 42B is meant to safeguard, so every Kenyan must have a house, affordable houses. Let him finish. Order, my friend. Yeah, I'm not addressing you.
Senator Abbas, address the chair.
Okay. Honorable Speaker, I'm saying I'm just fine why we're saying limiting these houses to one person. For one individual, one house. Because you can own 100 wives, you can have 10 kids, you can have 20 kids, but what they're saying is these houses are meant for the poor people and for the low-income houses, guys. If we say that we allow everybody to buy what he wants, then everybody will not get everything what he wants. What we want is those poor people to get what they want. So this house is going to be equally distributed. For that is the justification of this clause.
Senator Kajwang.
Mr. Chair, that was exactly my problem with this provision, that we are legislating for poverty, not for prosperity. And when I was making my submission, I was saying that after 5-10 years, everyone has a house. So what are you going to put in the law that since Cheriot already has a house somewhere in Langata, and after 10 years there are additional and excess houses, that nobody should go for the second round? That is poor legislative drafting, and those are poor proposals that should not come in this law. Mr. Chair, the Constitution, Article 117, that talks about powers and privileges of Parliament, provides unfettered freedom of speech and expression. And those people who today want to limit my speech and expression, we shall wait for you. And your day will come when someone will have to stand up for your right of expression and freedom of speech. And Mr. Chair, I do believe, because the 2 minutes are not over, that even after I've prosecuted my reservations on clause 42B, that all other members with a contrary view must also be allowed to contribute, because this is the only time when senators can write laws. Finally, Mr. Chair, when I'm here...
Thank you, Senator. Senator Kathuri Murungi.
Chair, you know, my issue is this. When we get to the third reading of any bill, the purpose for the third reading is to bring any amendment that you feel maybe was not captured all in the bill. And to bring the third reading, any amendment that you feel you should bring, so that you can convince members. And if you can only convince members, and then also we subject to the vote. So Senator Kajwang and all the opportunity during the second reading, at the third reading, to bring an amendment which could have cured this problem. So it could have amended, maybe it should be open-ended, so that now we bring that to the vote at the third reading.
Senators, let's make progress. The people I'm giving a chance, Deputy Speaker, you're supposed to comment on clause 42B, not on the conduct of your other senators in this House. So now I will give an opportunity to Manzo.
Yes, Mr. Speaker. No, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker.
Order, senators. Order. We need to.
Mr. Speaker.
Senator Manzo will be heard in silence.
Mr. Speaker, just before I comment on this, I want to say my 10 years experience, now that you talked about traditions in the National Assembly, on a matter which generates a lot of interest like this particular one, the speakers will ordinarily allow as many as possible to comment, Mr. Speaker, so that, Mr. Speaker, then you know, out of that, members could make a clear decision whether to amend further or to remain with the same position when we vote. Mr. Speaker, I want to say my issue with this particular amendment, Mr. Speaker, kindly. B, may apply for the board for approval of issuance of an affordable mortgage to develop a rural affordable housing unit, Mr. Speaker.
Senators, can we hear him in silence?
Mr. Speaker,
please take a seat.
Mr. Speaker, this particular amendment begins to contradict the whole purpose of the housing, and it goes into to create a situation whereby some people get more privileged than others, and it creates discrimination, which, you know, you may enrich some people more than others, and there should be a way of limiting to make sure if it's affordable housing, it is a unit for everyone across board, so that if you have to do round two, then it balances. You don't begin round two when somebody else doesn't have a house yet and they are deserving. So it is discriminative, Mr. Speaker, I submit.
Thank you, Senators. Senator Abbas, you have a comment?
Honourable Speaker, I wish to withdraw that amendment of B.
Honourable Senators, honourable Senators, honourable Senators, honourable Senators. Why don't you listen? Honourable Senators, since Senator Abbas has withdrawn the amendments, this matter will not be put to a vote. It is that withdrawn. So I think Senator Kajwang, you have actually won the debate.
New clause 42C.
Mover to move is Senator Abbas Mohammed Sheikh.
Order. Honourable Speaker, I want to bring 42C, except with the prior written consent of the board, a purchaser of an affordable houses unit under Act shall not by contract, agreement or otherwise sell or agree to sell his or her unit or interest therein, or in any interest there in any of other persons.
Senator Sifuna, what is your intervention?
Mr. Chair, you should ordinarily allow us to make points of order. I was standing. I have been given the mic. This is disorderly conduct by the majority leader, and there's the reason I'm rising on my feet, Mr. Speaker. Pursuant to Standing Order 121, I have seen the majority leader essentially throw a tantrum and smack the desks with his documents there. And yet he has the audacity to accuse me of being disorderly. You have thrown a tantrum. You are doing it again.
Order,
you are doing it again, Mr.
Senator
Speaker.
Gloria.
Mr. Speaker.
Senator Gloria.
Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair.
Senator Gloria. Order.
Mr. Chair, there is only one opportunity for you to have order in this House, and that is enforcement of the rules equally. If it were anybody on the minority side who was throwing the tantrum that I have seen my brother, the majority leader, throwing, he would have been thrown out of the House. Why is he being treated specially, Mr. Speaker? Why is he being treated specially? And I want, Mr. Speaker, a ruling on each point of order that we raise, because we must have a record of how this House treats people and how you apply the law, Mr. Speaker. Because ordinarily, and you saw it, Mr. Speaker. Please don't pretend you did not see it. And I know you're a good man. You have seen it, and you must bear true witness, Mr. Speaker. The tantrum that was, yes.
No, I didn't see it.
Mr. Speaker, I saw you seeing him. Mr. Speaker, don't be like that. We are in the holy month, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we are in the holy month of Ramadan. Please tell the truth.
Senator. 42C. Bear with, Senators, bear with us a minute. We need to clear this screen so that we can have some order. One moment. If you have your button red, just switch it off. Switch it off. Switch it off, then I'll tell you when to switch it on. Okay, for 42C intervention, press now. How many people inside? 2 people I'll give. I propose the question, the new clause 42C be now read a second time. I put the question, before I put the question. Senator of Meru. Senators, press intervention. Intervention. Yako naona. No, but hata huko kwanza. Hii system mbaya. No, I'm getting Yoneshi. Okay. So I will allow two from both sides. Two interventions from both sides. On this side, Wambua and Mogeni. On this side, they're your seniors. Cherargei on this side, and chair committee wanted to comment. Okay, Senator Wambua.
Give me the mic. Chair. Chair, on that proposed amendment 42C, I totally and completely oppose it. So, Chair, this is an amendment. Yes, we will do that. But this is an amendment that goes contrary to the Constitution on property rights. You know, the law itself has been declared by the courts unconstitutional. You bring an amendment which is completely unconstitutional. Mr. Chair, this one I strongly and totally oppose.
Thank you, Senator Cherargei.
Mr. Speaker, on this clause 42C, what we are trying to cure is what we saw a few years before, National Housing Corporation, where the intended beneficiaries end up not being intended. So in the principle of equity and equality and morality and the law, we must be ensured that we cushion against where people are given through affordable program, then they resell those houses through the cartels that we know that are normal during the NHC, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to say I support this clause 42C. We shall not be lectured, Mr. Speaker. If you don't want to be lectured, you can go to University of Nairobi during public hearing or public lecture. Mr. Speaker, I support this clause because it will promote equity and equality and fairness in terms of access. As Mr. Speaker, finally, you need to protect the people who are beneficiaries of this, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Senator. Senator Mogeni.
Mr. Speaker, Senator Cherargei is my colleague. I know he's union in the profession, but there are some basic concepts in constitutionalism that Senator Cherargei should know. Now, remember, the law that we want to enact, the law that we want to enact is going to give Kenyans an opportunity to purchase houses. You are not going to give these houses to Kenyans for free. So the moment you are taxed and you are given an opportunity to purchase, that becomes your property. Now, Senator Cherargei, through Speaker, if you never went to law school to study constitutional law, I want to read for you Article 40 of the Constitution. Article 40 of the Constitution. Now, no. You know, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you. Now, Speaker, this is what section 40.
Order.
Protect me.
Okay, order. He still has time.
Now, you know this one, Speaker, you know, this one I'm trying to help you.
Majority Leader, order.
You should throw Senator Cherargei out. Now, Mr. Speaker, this is not for anybody else but for Senator Cherargei, and I want him to listen. Let him sit attentively and listen. Now, Section 40, Speaker, Section 40, on protection of the right to property, it says, Parliament shall not enact any law.
Thank you, Senator. Senators, I propose the question. I put the question that new clause 42C be now read a second time, division at the end.
The first schedule.
I propose the question that the first schedule be part of the bill. Chairperson, Standing Committee Roads. Order, senators. Majority Leader, you are wasting the most time now. Sifuna. Yeah, but you can't be exchanging. Let's hear the chairperson.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I wish to propose amendment as they appear on the order paper, in the order paper. Justification, this amendment seeks to clarify the number of members who can convene an extraordinary meeting. Just the numbering, which is the majority of the members of the committee.
I propose the question that the first schedule be amended as proposed. Senators, before I put the question, since the schedule and what is remaining is what was in the bill, I do not see any need for debate, but if somebody wants to stand and either support, I will only give them 1 minute. I put the question. Since there's nobody, I put the question that the first schedule be amended as proposed, division at the end.
The second schedule.
I propose the question that the second schedule be part of the bill. I put the question that the second schedule be part of the bill, division at the end.
The third schedule.
I propose the question that the third schedule be part of the bill, amendment to be moved by Senator Mogeni. And there are 2 amendments for this, and the 2 amendments are not conflicting.
Mr. Speaker, I propose that Mr. Speaker, I propose that the third schedule be amended as appears on the order paper. Mr. Speaker, the justification is if you read the third schedule, the heading states list of agencies for implementing the affordable housing programs and projects. Mr. Speaker, that amendment proposes to leave the county governments as the sole agents that will undertake housing programs and housing projects. The justification, Mr. Speaker, is that under the fourth schedule, Part 2 of the Constitution, Section 8, housing and development is a function of county governments. Therefore, it will be unconstitutional to allow the agencies listed in number 2, 3, 4, which is the one that are most concerned, that is State Department for Matters Relating to Affordable Housing. That will be going outside the constitutional mandate of policy that is reserved for national government. NSSF as an independent entity that cannot take over functions of county governments. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, I propose that all those bodies listed from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 be deleted. And clause 2 of the same schedule, we seek to delete the reference to institutional housing. And I want to make a correction. All references I've made in my amendments, initially I referred to the 6th schedule. It should actually be the 4th schedule of the Constitution. Thank you.
I propose the question that the third schedule be amended as proposed. I put the question that the third schedule be amended as proposed. Division at the end. Further amendment by the chairperson, Standing Committee.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I wish to propose the amendment as they appear in the order paper. Mr. Speaker, we believe counties are agencies that are supposed to handle this work, so we are increasing more agencies to that part. And in clause 2, This amendment seeks to remove the description of plinth area from the substantive legislation in favor of having the same defined under regulation. And also, Mr. Speaker, the amendment seeks to define the term county committee.
I propose the question that the third schedule be amended as proposed. I put the question that the third schedule be amended as proposed, division at the end.
You have already gone.
Clause 2.
Clause 2. Senator.
It's showing. But it's showing.
Okay, senators. Senators. Yeah, lakini Okay, Senator Manzo. Senator Manzo, 1 minute.
Yes, I just wish to say that, Chair, you know, when we make a law, first it must go with the Constitution, then go with the statute. Chair, the moment you fundamentally amend the original part of the bill, although we stand for devolution and housing should be fully devolved, Chair, when you introduce, as has been introduced by the Chair, you tend to reverse what had already been passed, Chair. And therefore, it is important, Chair, that there is flaw with the Constitution, Chair. It is in the flaw, and therefore, it becomes automatically, the amendment is automatically unconstitutional, Chair. I conclude.
Senator Sifuna. I'm following the screen. You said you interviewed. Sifuna.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman, with all due respect, please, Senator Cheruiyot, I know it is causing some irritation when we are doing the jobs we were elected to do, because I don't know why you are in a rush, Mr. Speaker. Allow us to speak to the amendments that are being proposed. Mr. Speaker, I support the amendment that has been proposed by Senator Morgan, because you can see, allow me to say what I want to say. Please, allow me to say what I want to say. It is my wrong things. Allow me to say my wrong things. You cannot be shouting all the time when we are talking. Honorable Chair, please protect me from the majority
Let
leader.
him be heard. He has 1 minute. Let him be heard.
Now let him say what he wants to say. Let me sit down and let him say. Say what you want to say. This is not your house.
Senator Enoch Wambua. Senator Enoch Wambua.
You know, it will be very difficult, Chair, for you and for this House, if then the management of who speaks and who does not speak is being directed by Senator Cheruiyot. Mr. Speaker, the Chair, I fully support the amendment proposed by Senator Mogeni, that the units of government, national government, that have been put in this housing program be deleted and we just retain the county governments. Our responsibility as the Senate, Mr. Speaker, is to protect the interests of counties and county governments and to protect devolution. It is not our work to claw back on devolution by introducing national government agencies in functions that are supposed to be devolved. That's what we are saying. Speaker,
This is a very exciting moment, not just for Naivasha, not just for the county of Nakuru, but also for Kenya.
Okay, ready? Ready.
This thing is crazy. I mean, the sheer speed, you can hardly see the road. These guys are really professional. It's really something out of this world. Ask me whether I want to do this again? I'm not sure.
那不就是我就是哥白尼。
必须要走出第一步。继续。其实很简单，我们之所以无法预测出太阳的运行规律，是因为在我们这个世界上，同时存在着3个太阳。你们其他人不是抄袭就是白痴，你们就是无法接受超出你认知范围的事情，应该是在游戏里你无法接受。时间的尽头。
Unagonga tu, naogopa
hadithi, ananielewa uzuri wake wa ajabu. Kwa kina sadiki, kanithibiti siwezi kuambilika kitu, siambiliki tena na mipango ya kusafiri ng'ambo, kwenye chumba cha upambo nikuchumbie. Tatizo uzuri wako na udhaifu wangu sijiwezi, sije kawa kigezo cha matatizo. Cause if it's loving you, no one can do it right. You know that I'm down, if loving is wrong, I don't wanna be right. Cause if it's loving you, no one can do it right. You know that I'm down, if loving is wrong, I don't wanna be right.
I feel kama I fast with you love. Wewe ndio my new flame, my new love. Kama siko kando yako nina kiu love. Nina taki yako and I'm happy yaki. Nasikia sauti yako, niambie uko wapi. Ndio nikuje hapo, nikuwe malavi. Hata nashukuru Mungu nimechwa do something. Perfect picture me and you na wajukuu. Leo utagula nini I can cook for you. Kwa TikTok for you, like Suna Boo. Sleep next to you, na like the view. Kitu mali safi mpaka natoka soko. Vile wonipenda mimi na feel kama mtoto. Sema unataka wangapi mimi nitakupa pronto. Sema unataka sangapi mimi nitashika fongo.
Tena na mipango ya kusafiri ng'ambo, kwenye chumba cha upambo nikuchumbie. Tatizo uzuri wako na udhaifu wangu sijiwezi, sije kawa kigezo cha matatizo. Cause if it's loving you, no one can do it right. You know that I'm down, if loving is wrong, I don't wanna be right.
Midas touch, nikiguza ni Midas touch. Mombasa Kanairo Nax, tuko wax, tuko in cuffs. Midas touch, stay ready on your marks. Kapori mecha give thanks, tuko wax, tuko in cuffs. Midas touch, nikiguza ni Midas touch. Mombasa Kanairo Nax, tuko wax, tuko in cuffs. Midas touch, stay ready on your marks. Kapori meja give thanks, tuko wapsa, tuko in cuffs. Nyuma ismaili me hide a lot, najikaza na jicompose. Yuta na janta na tafuta do, sign up back you make up a call. Me and my bro, we fell apart. I wish ningerudi back, to ile time we didn't have much. We were young and happy at heart, back when pesa ulikuwa umeivisha. Mimi nilikuwa FIFA, Adriano akiwa hapo Inter. We na state, ukisikiza maisa, squeezy life ina move so fast. Usipochunga unapitwa, mzee amerita last Easter. All my life amekuwa my teacher. Mother amesharudi dala, squeezy anashinda kanisa. Bora kufiti miki lenta wai na tuma mpesa inafika. Put in work, ipo siku, kuna wale wa kuona isiku. Leta zogo ndo ni mjaka, anajua jujitsu, na ujana ni moshi. Hii jiji anasa mikosi, bado utakufia hosi. Juna ngoja kuona odoki, live on air reporting ya tiga vemekosa msosi. Ushuru mnalipa itoshi, so next time votini wise, votini wise. Midas touch, nikiguza ni Midas touch. Mombasa Kanairo Nax, tuko wax, tuko in cuffs. Midas touch, stay ready on your marks. Kapori meja give thanks, tuko wax, tuko in cuffs. Midas touch, nikiguza ni Midas touch. Mombasa Kanairo Nax, tuko wax, tuko in cuffs. Midas touch, stay ready on your marks. Kapori meja give thanks, tuko wax, tuko in cuffs. Yo, find us keepers, kuna fortunes ndani ya pipa. Hii voice ikikum kwa speaker, kwangu ni blessing kujua ndaskika. Tuko wax, kadri is a ras, after retouch. Tulikill show last night, kauku attend, wengo jarika. Unijui piga research, after mechi ni rematch. Monday mwana kisas, misiezi lambana on this earth. Usiroll na warazi, tapotezea kismat. On toes no slacking, sambono na lalisha. Arifa litoka ria, msayana chunga farm. Kuna days alikuwa najitepa, mdesha inesha kwa bar. Vila me turn around, miujiza will happen man. Change ukuja sana, ukianlan, vitu melan. Against all odds, trust the process. Shako my bosses, money moves, hakuna losses. Mziki ni dawa, maliza dosage. Chorea my idle mind, streets ni hopeless. Midas touch, nikiguza ni Midas touch. Mombasa Kanairo Nax, wax, to go in cuffs. Midas touch, stay ready on your marks. Kapori micha give thanks, to go wax, to go in cuffs.
Tuko na OSD, na ma JD, ma heady, ma lady, wanataka same ndani ya BNB, Airbnb, ma Gucci, ma LV, ma Manchins, ma KFC, tunaflip mali same ndani ya BNB, Airbnb, ona linipiga ki, sikwenda straight kwanza nilifika D, huko mini MC na MP, wananiogopa huko mini KGB, wow, kwa CD na MP3, pasiviwe MVP, PSU ni pati Z, wacha hii chuo nilikuwa G, binadamu wananishangaza, vile niliokoka ndo naanza kuvuta ganja, bono mademo na mke BNB, na mina